in Gaza today holding up white flags as they flee death and devastation in the war zone that exists because of Hamas's terror attack on Israel. That's what started the war that they are witnessing right now all around them. We've seen young children who are distraught. Obviously, their lives turned upside down. This little girl being rescued from the rubble in the Palestinian territory. A world away from all of this, the hunger, the thirst, the rocket fire, Hamas leaders reportedly hoarding billions of dollars in wealth, basking in the comfort of marble-floored mansions, luxury hotels. Senator John Kennedy gives us his thoughts on all of this in a moment. But first, the backstory with senior correspondent Eric Shawn. Hi, Eric.
Hello, Martha. While the people of Gaza are suffering under the horrors of Hamas, but for the terror group's leaders, it's the Hamas high life. Israel says the Hamas leaders are billionaires. Khalid Mashal and Ismail Haniyeh, well, they're worth $4 billion each. And Musa Abu Marzouk, who I've interviewed in New York, he's worth $3 billion. These pictures are provided by the Israeli embassy, reveal their secret lavish lifestyle. This photo shows Ismail Haniyeh, who's chairman of the Hamas political bureau, on a private jet. And they're in a group photo in a luxury hotel, it seems, in Qatar. And Khalid Mashal, who lives in Qatar, is seen enjoying an evening dining out. And here's Mashal. He's playing table tennis, and he squeezes in a workout in what appears to be a Qatar hotel gym. Well, reports say the Hamas leaders have used the Four Seasons Hotel in Doha in the past, that they held a news conference there at one point. The rooms in that hotel go for as much as $1,500 a night. But the company tells us, quote, Four Seasons confirms that Ismail Haniyeh is not living or staying at the Four Seasons Hotel Doha. We have asked if other Hamas leaders are guests, and we're still waiting for the Four Seasons hotels to respond about them. Meanwhile, Texas Senator Ted Cruz has introduced the Hamas Sanction Act that will penalize hotel companies and other businesses that host Hamas. He calls it outrageous that they're allowed to live in luxury and remain protected by our supposed allies. Martha?
Eric Shawn, thank you very much. Louisiana Senator John Kennedy joins me now. Senator, always good to have you with us. This is particularly interesting in light of the fact that in reports today and this week, Hamas leaders and spokespeople have said, look, it's not we don't provide the electricity and the water to Gaza. That's not what we do. We want a permanent battle with Israel. So they're happy to do that from Lebanon and from Qatar, apparently, while all of the people that still live in Gaza suffer.
There is no cause in the world that justifies what Hamas did, Martha. Burning babies alive, slitting their throats, all the while yelling for joy. And spare me the retort that we often hear, but these people are oppressed. All the college kids and the faculty members at these universities who believe in diversity, equity, and inclusion, and the right to kill Jews. Well, this is America, and they're entitled to their opinion, but I'm entitled to mine, and they ought to be ashamed of themselves. Part of the reason we find ourselves in a world on fire in Ukraine, in the Indo-Pacific, and now in the Middle East is because of our naivete and our weakness. And more specifically, the naivete and the weakness of the Biden administration. We're playing footsie, and we have for years with Qatar. Qatar does provide the electricity for Gaza. In effect, they give it to Hamas. And the Biden administration allows it. The Biden administration allows billionaires to live in Qatar, and not just from Hamas, but also from ISIS. The Biden administration sends a message of weakness when it refuses to enforce the oil sanctions on Iran, when it cut and ran in Afghanistan, when it removed the sanctions on Russia's Nord Stream 2 pipeline, when it gave Iran $4.5 billion in cash from the International Monetary Fund. And I could go on. And the problem we've got, it's not the total responsibility for this, but President Biden and his team think, while we're in the middle of a bar fight or a prison riot, they want to quote Socrates and read Beowulf and think if we're just nice guys that we can be partners with Iran. And we can't. We have to wipe Hamas off the face of the earth.